Hi guys, how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are blessed and I hope everybody is doing great. I'm doing good myself and thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for always coming back. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe and please just try and smash that like button. Yeah, and I appreciate you for being here today. I don't take you for granted at all. I love you all. So guys, today, before I go to the video, I just want to say how much I'm enjoying my new hair, huh? As you can see. And I know I did a video about this hair, so if you haven't watched that video about how I got this hair, please go ahead and watch it. But tell me guys, don't you love my new hair? Yeah, and I did fix it good. I know last time on the previous video I was just showing you without I had not fixed it, like the baby hairs, and I was still trying to cut the lace here. Oh my god, my camera, let me try and fix this because it looks like it's bending. Oh, there you go. So I did cut the lace at the front, and I did fix the baby hairs. And yo, what do you still think about this hair? And also I still have my my lashes in. I don't know if you can tell, but I still have them in. So anyway, today's video, I'm not here to talk about my hair and my lashes and everything, because I did talk about that on the previous video. I'm here to talk about credit score because somebody asked on the comment section, somebody asked, Betty, can you talk about credit score? What is it? And what is good credit? And is it important to have good credit? So if you asked that question, thank you so much for asking. And here I am. I'm going to try and explain it as simple as I can. I'm just going to be I'm not going to use a lot of English trying to explain this. I'm just going to use a little English that I usually do on my videos that I usually use. So this is going to be simple, like layman. Do they call it layman language or English or whatever? Just to make you understand if you are in another country and you don't know what we talk about when we talk about credit and credit score and credit this and credit that. So first of all, a lot of people, and I've heard this comment, when you are back in Africa, we hear, like for me, when I was back in Africa, I used to hear people say, oh, you know, when you go abroad, you can get everything on credit. You can get a phone. You can get a nice phone on credit. You can get a mortgage on credit. You can get a car on credit. You can get this, you can get that. You know, like you can get a lot of stuff. Like if you want to drive a nice car, you can just go and borrow and paying. You know, you'll be paying. And if you want to use an iPhone, the latest one, you can just get it, right? Isn't that what we hear? Because we hear people talking about how you can get things on credit. Well, let me explain it to you guys. If you've never been here, it's not as simple as it sounds, okay? It is not just walking in a store and coming out with a brand new iPhone or brand new whatever latest phone or brand new Android, or just walking in a Mercedes-Benz whatever dealership and coming out with that Mercedes-Benz. It takes something to get that. You know, you just don't walk in somewhere and get whatever you want. There are things they have to look, and credit score is one of them. Yeah, so let me tell you, having good credit is very, very important. It's very important. Okay, let me break it down how I started my life and how I ended up building my credit up to where it is right now. So for me, when I came to this country, obviously when we move to this country, or you know, when we are starting life, even if you're born in this country, you have to start somewhere to build your credit. So for me, the lady I met, she told me, because I had zero credit. But the thing is, they always tell you it's better for you to have zero, like no credit at all, than have bad credit, right? So that is what I heard from when I was looking for my first car. So this person advised me, a friend here advised me, they said, Betty, you don't have credit, you need to build some credit. And I was like, so do I need a credit card? Because, you know, for when anybody tell you about credit, all that comes in your head is, oh, so I need a credit card. It is one of them. Yeah, it's one of them. But the thing is, there are so many ways you can build your credit, to start from somewhere to build your credit. So this is now Betty. You're gonna learn from my own story, my life story. So I'm gonna break it down how I started mine. So for me, I went to a credit union, a bank. So I went to a credit union and I borrowed 500. So because some credit I don't know if it's all, but credit unions, they'll give you a personal loan. And then I figured, because I had Bank of America, I figured they don't give you a personal loan. Oh my gosh. Like, oh, you know, when I was in Africa, I thought banks will give you a loan, but here they don't. Just like the bank I have, they don't give you a personal loan. I don't know about other banks, but I know Bank of America, because that is my bank, they don't give personal loan like that. So this person was like, okay, you're gonna have to open a credit union for you to get a personal loan. So obviously you cannot just walk in a bank and they'll give you like $1,000 like loan. So they gave me a personal loan, and this loan started was like $500. Good. I needed it. I needed the $500 to start building my credit. So when they gave me this, and then I opened an account with them, so every month I had to pay, I think it was like what was I supposed to be paying? Like 125. I can't remember. It's many years ago. I had to pay something every single month, so that the more I pay, the more I'm proving to them that I'm worth more money. You know, I'm worth more loan. So they started me off with the 500. And before you know it, I paid off. I think after 6 months, I paid it off. And I went back and I said, can I get more loan? And they said, yeah, you can get 2,000. Why? Because at first, I paid off the 500 without a problem. None of the employees ever called me. None of the bankers ever called me chasing me to pay the 500. They never had to put me on a credit bureau. You know, those people who will call you because you haven't paid. They never had to we never struggled. I never struggled to pay this money, because I was disciplined. I had to make sure that I stay on top of paying back this $500. So I did pay that. And guess what? I started building my credit. And then I remember when at first, when I came to this country, I was living, the first place I rented was in somebody's house. So I rented a room in a lady's house. So I was paying something, I wasn't paying rent. I was just paying like very little, because if you're talking about rent, is like they're charging you rent for real. But because this lady was being nice to me and fair to me, she was just only charging me kidogo, you know, like that. They're doing you a favor to help you start your life, because they're understanding. So for me, I always say because they understand you're starting your life. So for me, I always say, you know what, she wasn't even charging me rent. That's not rent. You know, rent is when you're paying like half of you're splitting the bills, and you're splitting this, and you split, and you know. Anyway, I was lucky enough to find somebody helping me out with the room, and I was just giving them something small to add on the bills and stuff like that. So anyway, after that, when I was ready to move out, she told me, she said, Betty, you know what? Don't go into a shared room anymore. You can live in your own apartment. And I was like, no, I don't want to live in my apartment. You know, like I started arguing. You know how you can argue, trying to prove your point. And she said, honey, I know. Let me break it down to you. Let me tell you this. If you live on your own, in your own one-bedroom apartment or your own studio, you have so much freedom. You can walk you know, like in your own suit, you know, like the natural suit. Nobody's gonna ask you. You leave these dishes in the sink. Nobody's gonna ask you a question. You don't clean. Nobody's gonna, you know, it's just your freedom. You're gonna enjoy your freedom. And I was like, oh, this makes sense. So she told me, and she said, well, you know, this is what happened to me when I started my life. I was living with people, but then I ended up living on my own in my own apartment, and she enjoyed it. So, and I was like, you're right. You're making sense. You know, you're right. I got to that point. I'm like, I think you're right. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I took her advice. So I took the advice of the first lady that told me to take the loan, and it helped me big time building my credit. And then I took the advice of this other lady telling me to go and rent my own 1-bedroom apartment, and I did. That was the best thing ever. You know, like, let me tell you, and I'm not saying shared living is bad, but it's hard. Huh? Guys, sorry, I'm burping. We always talk about earth is hard, but you don't know how earth is hard until you get, oh, somebody's trying to call me. I'm not ready to answer. Oh, hold on a minute, guys. My finger was there. I'm trying to hang up. We talk about earth is hard, but it can get harder if you live with people. Guys, you know what I mean. Shared living or roommating, or, you know, here we say roommate. Even if you live in a big house, we still call it a roommate. You're calling that person a roommate. They are roommating with you. It's hard. Tell me if it's easy for you to live with people. It's very hard. Even if it's your siblings, it's too hard. Even to live with your parents can be tough too, right? You know, we look forward to move out when we live with our parents. Anyway, to cut the long story short, I moved into my own apartment. So when I was looking for this apartment, the lady I found at the apartment, she asked me, when I went to the leasing office, the lady was like, how is your credit? And I said, I don't have credit. She said, well, it's better you don't have credit than not having good credit. And she said, how long have you been here? And I told her, not for so long. So I told her the time period I'm in this country. And she said, she looked at me and she said, you know what? When I came to this country, I had zero credit. I did not have credit. But somebody helped me to get an apartment. They changed my life. They made my life so easy. So I'm going to do the exact thing for you. I'm gonna approve you for an apartment. I know you don't have credit, but thank God, because it's better than not having good credit, and I'm going to approve you. She said, do you have pay stubs? So all I had to show was 3 pay stubs, the current 3 pay stubs, the most recent. That's what they look at. So I had to show her my 3 current, most recent pay stubs. And yeah, voila, she approved me. She said, I will help you. And yeah, she approved me, and I paid, I was surprised. And she said, I'm not even gonna overcharge you for the down payment. You're just gonna pay. Everything was just normal. Okay, so I paid the normal price and everything was, voila, I got the apartment. Okay, moving on to getting me a car. So now, okay, wait a minute, guys. Let me go back a little bit. So now that I have the bank loan and I paid off and I took another one of 2,000, my credit is still building. And then the apartment, now with this apartment, paying my rent is still boosting my credit. Yeah? Voila! Let me tell you, in this country, if you don't pay your bills, it will screw you up. And let me tell you, even paying, not just the bank, paying your rent, they kick you out. It's gonna go on your renter's history. And the next time you're looking for another apartment, they won't approve you because it will show on the system. I think America is all about system. Not that I think it is. America, it's all about the system. The system works. The system is not as let me not even go there. But the system here works. Believe it or not, you pay your rent on time, not paying the late fee, because if you're late, you know, the apartment, my first apartment, if you're late by 2 days, they were charging you the late fee of like $35. And then if you stay 5 days without paying, they will charge you $50. And then if you take long, they'll kick you out. And that's gonna go in your, it's gonna mess your credit, it's gonna go in your renter's history, it's gonna mess up. And the next time you're going to look for another apartment, they cannot give you an apartment because you don't pay. You simply don't pay. You're bad, you're terrible, we don't need you. So anyway, moving on, I went to buy my car. The first car I bought I bought it cash. I always advise people, if you're going to buy your first car, always save up and buy cash. Because let me tell you, having all these debts when you're starting your life can be something. However, having said that, I would like to advise people, even if you want to get a car to build your credit, I can say have something really, really good amount down. That's what I did. That's me. I don't know. I'm just saying what worked for me. My first car, I bought it cash. Then when that car, I had an accident, it was totaled, and I had to buy another car. So when I went to buy another car, that was a Honda. That car was worth $8,000, and I put $6,000 down. Because I didn't have credit, the interest rate was supposed to be sky high, like crazy. If you don't have good credit, then the interest rate is gonna be high. Obviously, you're not gonna get the same interest rate as somebody who has good credit. So I can't remember how much it was. The interest rate was high. Even putting $6,000 down, and I owned only a couple of thousands. Let me tell you guys, I still had to pay $200 every month for, was it 2 years or something? See, I'm telling you, I'm not very, my memory, I can't remember exact figures because it's been almost 8 years now. So this is what happened. I still had to pay. The interest rate was high getting that car, but they approved me because I did put a bunch of a lot of money down, and also the interest rate was very high, so they approved me. Again, credit. If I had good credit, I would have gotten the whole loan of $8,000 for this car with zero down. But guess what? If you don't have credit, if you don't have good credit, your interest rate is gonna be crazy. But if you have good credit, you can be approved for this loan without even putting anything down. No, zero, without a dollar to your name, Anyway, so they have to see if you work, evidence, because for you to get these things, you have to prove that you work. You need to show them your pay stub that you have a job, because for you to get things on credit, you need to have a job for you to be able to pay. They're not just gonna approve you because you have credit card, credit. Anyway, that's how I got my first car, the loan car. Then I worked hard to build, so I got a credit card from the bank. The credit limit was very little when I was starting. It was very small, but now, because my credit has gotten better right now, as I'm talking to you, I think for the longest time, my credit score has always been on the 750s or 760s. I can't remember, but my credit score has always been good. Like, my credit score has always been leaning towards the 800 side. It's been, I always check it, and it's always been excellent. I don't know why, but I always feel like it's because I take care of my business. I pay things on time. I really try to. I really avoid late payments. I really avoid being put on those credit bureaus. They will call you or they will send you mails, because they're very good at that. They will send you mails. So that's how I got my car. And my second car on loan, which is my third car on a loan, the car I drive right now, I got the car, and at was it 2%, 2.5% the interest, And that was very good because my credit was very good. And guess what? I only had to put like 2,000 down. And that person was like, you don't have to put anything down. It's just because I was trading in another car, and then I did put, but I was to be approved the whole loan without putting anything down. That is the power of having a good credit. So in simple terms, what I'm trying to say, and I know there are people who know so much about credit here, who know it better than Betty, pay your debts, pay whatever you owe on time. Make sure you stay on top of paying your debts. Don't owe left, right, and center. You're receiving phone calls. Another thing, when I came here, somebody was telling me, oh, you know what, hospital bills cannot mess your credit. I believe it can. I have seen it first time. I saw another person, his credit was messed up because of a hospital bill. You go to ER right now, America, I tell you, America is another country. You go to ER because you don't have insurance, they will send you a bill that you have never seen it before. You are sick, you are seriously, and they will take you. In this country, you go to ER, emergency room, you go to the hospital, they will receive you, they will treat you. But the bill that will knock your head when you are coming out of that hospital, it will be a crazy, humongous bill, depending on whatever services. Let me tell you, even if you have a common cold, you go to ER right now, you will come out with a 3,000 and up. So this person came out with 12,000. And believe it or not, this person, they say they could not find anything wrong with him, but he came out with 12,000 debt. Balance, bill, meals were flocking until he had to pay it off. So thank God at the hospital they have this payment plan you set up, but if you don't pay, it will mess up your credit. People say hospital bills don't mess up. They do mess up your credit. This is what I've seen because I saw it first time. So nobody can tell me it doesn't. Hospital bills can mess up your credit as well. So it's better for you to get on a payment plan, at least to be paying kidogo kidogo, than having these bills coming all the time. And let me tell you, this country, they are very good at sending these mails. They will come to your mailbox until you pay them. And these credit companies, credit bureaus, I mean, what do they call them? They call credit bureaus. These people who call you to say you owe, those ones, you know who I'm talking about. They will call you. They will mail you. They will make sure they have to get you. And for the longest period, if you don't pay, if you mess up your credit, it's gonna take like about 7 years or something. It'll take a long time for you to fix it. I know nowadays people go to pay people to fix their credits, but imagine it would have been easier if you stayed on top of your stuff than having to pay somebody to help you fix your credit. And it takes so long. It takes just a day, just one missing, you miss one payment and you mess up your credit, and then it will take a long time to fix that credit. It takes forever to fix it. So for me, I always say things happen. By the way, if you see somebody with bad credit, don't ever laugh at them. Don't even feel like they're irresponsible, because shit happens. Things happen in this. I'm telling you, this world, never ever laugh at somebody. Never ever think that you're at a good spot than someone. You never know. I am telling you, things happen. Life happens. So for me, even if someone has bad credit, I don't even blame them, or I don't even say much before, you know, like you need to know what exactly caused it before you even say something, because things happen. You know, things happen. Yeah, things happen. But as much as possible, as much as you can, just stay on top of it as much as you can. So if you're not in this country, you're planning to relocate and come here, stay on top of your bills, pay your bills, don't have late payments. Please stop, because you're gonna be approved. You know, good credit will open a lot of doors for you. You're gonna be able to walk in that Apple store and you don't even have any money down. You don't even have $1 to your name, and you're walking in that, like, knowing that I'm gonna be approved, because they believe you, they trust you, they know you will pay them. They know, oh, this person, wow, you know, the businesses want to do business with you, because they know, oh, this Betty, she'll pay us. She's leaning on the 800s, she'll pay us. But Betty, you're leaning on the 400s, 500s there. Betty, I don't think we're gonna give you the phone. the iPhone, how about we give you this flip phone? You know, because that's what you can get. That's what you can get yourself. You don't pay. You don't pay, period. That is the way it is. So another thing is, even getting a mortgage, you can be having a very good job and you won't get that mortgage because you don't have a credit. You don't have credit. Your credit sucks. So you cannot even be approved. Yes, you have good income, but you don't have good credit. Your credit is messed up. How are they going to approve you for a $500, $1,000 mortgage loan just because you have a six-figure job? You know, guys, the way I'm explaining this, I just want to make it simple so that you can understand. It is very important to have good credit. It is very important to stay on top of your bills, to have that credit, you know. And when we talk about credit, it's it's the rating you get from how good you are at paying. Yeah, the rate, it will give you the rate. It goes on a scale. So from down up, going up. So the more you are not paying, it keep going down. And the credit starts, you know, the scale starts from here, and when you're building it, it goes up on the scale, on the ladder, it goes up. But when you stop paying, it goes down. As I said, this is not like Africa. Africa, people buy cash. Building houses, they build cash. Buying cars, they buy cash. Buying phones, they buy cash. I'm not saying people don't buy cash here, but here a lot of things are credit, and you have to be approved. If you're not approved, you can't drive that car. Yeah, and also even having good credit and you don't have income, also that's another problem, because you could be having very good credit, but you don't have an income. How are we going to approve you this mortgage and you don't have job history? You don't have an income. What is your income? You know, are you owing too much than your income is? It's a lot. It's a lot. So guys, if you're not here, don't just think, oh, people in America, all they do is to walk in a store and get whatever they want. No, it's not just like that. It's not as simple as that. There are so many people who live in the car in this country. They cannot be approved an apartment. They cannot be approved anything because their credit is messed up. And there is nothing they can do other than wait until they build their credit back. So they cannot be given So alternatively, if you cannot be approved, you can just get somebody to co-sign for you. If they co-sign for you, then you're better off. You're good. Yeah, even getting a mortgage, if you have like your mom co-signing, you take the mortgage together, it's better. But the thing is, I came to realize getting a mortgage, if you two of you, they will go with the lowest credit. Whoever has the lowest credit, they're gonna work with that. They don't work with the one who has the highest credit. I was like, what? Like America, what? So anyway, guys, if you want to explain more for us on the comment section, please feel free to do so. If you see a question down there, you can answer on my behalf. Please go ahead and answer for me, because you guys, if you have a question, don't feel shy to ask. Ask on the comment section. If you have a comment, write it down. I love when my people come out here and they help me to answer the questions. As I said, I'm not very good at explaining these things, and especially the credit thing, but I've explained it according to my own understanding and how I know it and I understand it. Yeah, that's how I am. And thank you so much for watching this video. Once again, I like to thank you all the time, and God bless you. Take care of yourself, stay safe, and next video coming soon. So stay right there. Don't go anywhere. I love you.